One thing you need to know about covering women's college basketball: it's not that marketable past those who are. Yes, I understand there are more eyeballs on the college game than the WNBA, but this soon will not be the case, and sports media has a big part to play in that. Sure, Caitlin Clark is the most popular baller out there, and second to her is Angel Reese. Then you'll find that Paige Beckers is pretty marketable, and Brink is to a lesser degree. But past these girls, you have emerging stars. They don't really generate the same buzz like the aforementioned. Once you get off the Big Four or winning programs like UConn or South Carolina, you don't garner that much attention from other things. Teams like Green Bay or Florida Gulf Coast, they are not on ESPN News. And why is that? With the exception of these programs doing or being involved in something absurd or being a part of some natural disaster, the casual viewer will probably not be aware of these teams' existence, and they would not be able to name one player on those teams. On top of this, women's college basketball has been fairly predictable in the past, and the norm wasn't really garnering a lot of attention on the national level. Every team was meeting their expectations. The favorites always won. The victorious underdog, that wasn't a thing. And after a while, you run out of ways to make excitement out of the expected. Then, last year, the anomaly happened. South Carolina was the heavy favorite to win it all, but a very talented player on a team that had no business being in the Final Four. Yeah, they disrupted the norm, and for once, there was unpredictability in women's college basketball. Clark was always nice. She always had a large fan base. The media always kept an eye on her. But a legend was born the moment she beat South Carolina. The invincibility of Clark is a media construct that wouldn't have happened, not to the same degree, if she never had that extraordinary tournament run. Usually the really exceptional players not on legacy programs like UConn or Tennessee or South Carolina, they don't normally defy the odds. Caitlin went further than anyone thought she could, and this kind of made her an icon almost overnight. Paige Beckers is a big personality on a marquee team. That's a recipe for media success. Angel Reese and Cameron Brink are winners and very talented players. The exposure these girls receive from being NCAA champions is pretty par for the course. The media leans into these players because you'll pay attention to them. ESPN is banking on the fact you've probably heard of these girls, or you're aware of their program's success. And so they'll cover it because they know it's not going to be a waste of their time. Now my pushback is, these big sport media outlets are usually late to the game when it comes to really pushing emerging players. They're more like bandwagon promotion. They have the ability to make anyone a household name, but when it comes to women's basketball, they see the talent. They know this player has it in them, but the marketing strategy seems to be wait and see, and when they do something, that's when they make the push. I mean, they know Clark is leaving, but they still have their eggs in the Caitlin Clark basket, like the girl's going to be in college for 4 more years. They're sitting on gold mines like Hannah Adogo, Juju Watkins, 1 more year of Paige Beckers, the future force that will be Iowa State, and a host of other headlines they could be pushing for several years. Yet, all of this is getting overshadowed by big media leaning hard into Caitlin Clark. ESPN has got 8 years of exclusive rights to Division I women's basketball's most prestigious games. And if they're planning on directing viewers towards these future title matches, surely they have to realize Clark won't be there for the next 8 years. Pumping out a would-be successor or successors, this should be the thing, but that doesn't seem to be the case. If the success at the college level is to continue, then major networks must believe in the potential of those who are up next, like Juju or Michaela Williams. Clark's next destination is the pros. And yes, I definitely get she has a shot to snag a national title before leaving. But I'm hoping everyone avoids that trap of becoming tunnel vision with Clark and start preparing the nation for those coming after her. If not, then Caitlin Clark, Cameron Brink, and Angel Reese will eventually take a big portion of viewership with them, and Beckers will take the rest next year.